Everyone's all excited about Groundhog Day tomorrow, but there's one thing that they're not talking about. So on this day in 1956, there's a U.S. Air Force plane. It's flying from Nevada, going to Harrisburg, pick something up, and on the way they run out of gas. And instead of going get-go, they're like, all right, we're going to go land at Pittsburgh Airport. They can't make it to the airport, so they end up crash landing on the Monongahela River. Now, they didn't have Sully Sullenberger, in the cockpit, but fortunately for them, they had all 6 people survived. 4 of them ended up being rescued. The other 2 presumably drowned when they were swimming ashore. The crazy thing is, after this, the U.S. Coast Guard and the Army Corps of Engineers searched for 14 days in the river, looking for, the wreckage, the actual plane. They never came up with it. And since then, the conspiracy theories have been abandoned, as you could imagine.
My pappy told me they had some nuclear weapons on that plane there, and that's why it went missing all of a sudden. They took them, they brought in all these guys, all these Army guys, and they swept them on, they swept the river. Did they clean it one bit? No, but they took out that plane, they took out them bombs.
And, others had slightly different opinions.
Some people were saying it was Howard Hughes was on a plane. Others was saying that they had the Heinz secret formula on there, and even to this day, that's had repercussions. And now Heinz is out in Chicago to people over at Kraft. I think they found that plane, and they got the formula, and that's why it's not Kraft Heinz. It's not just Heinz in Pittsburgh. Some people are even saying the Italian mob had something to do with it, and they had such a big presence in Bloomfield at the time. I think he was meant to hit that Homestead high-level bridge, though, and he was meant to take it down. And if you've been tracking the news recently, you've seen another bridge came down. And if you're keeping score over at him, I don't know if you are, but we'd be down to 444 bridges. And, Venice, as we know, is 443. And that'd only give us a 1-bridge lead. And he could pass us by any time. He'd build one, knock one down, he'd do anything there. So we really got to be worried about this. They need Ed Gainey, got to get involved. Rich Fitzgerald, they need Connor Lamb. They need everyone.